Welcome to the Digital Marketing Insights podcast, brought to you by Brightside Digital.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. I'm delighted to say we have Gurkan today, who is a digital expert in many different areas. Gurkan, how are you doing?
Hi Tom, I'm very well. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very good, buddy. Gurkan, can we start by you telling our audience a little bit about yourself and your career to date, please?
Yeah, sure. I'm Gurkan, Istanbulite, and currently based in Dublin, Ireland. So far, I had a chance to work in global agencies and different companies from different industries as social media executive, brand specialist, and account manager. I worked in DT, like WPP Group, Labornet, and Gurkan, and DDB Group Tribal worldwide in the area of social media marketing. Um, Then I continued as a brand specialist in Turkey for Turkey's first music company called Positive Music. And in years, I felt that social media became so demanding for me, and I'm always following trends in life. And I changed my industry and started working in the e-commerce area in 2022. And last 2.5 years, I worked in R&D e-commerce for Adidas and Reebok brands, MENA region operation as a global account manager. Currently, I don't work actively anywhere. I am doing my master degree in entrepreneurship in NCI, like National College of Ireland, and kind of having a gap year, being a white collar. But I am also busy with my online enterprise called Gertas Magazine, where I give social media tips and I give customized social media workshops in there. Especially this month, I will be giving a social media for businesses workshop in entrepreneurship course in Technology University of Dublin. So yeah, like as you said, I have diverse backgrounds in digital marketing. Like in a nutshell, I feel I am kind of becoming a digital expert in diverse area in the digital environment. Yeah.
Well, from what I see, you can see that in a lot of your work, and some of the brands you've worked with, Dockers, Adidas, Reebok. You can see you've learned so much in different areas. Can we start by you talking a little bit about Gherkin's Mag and talk about that aspect, how you're building out kind of your own media platform from it, and just talk to people a little bit about what that is.
Yeah, actually, it starts the feeling that I have the feeling of sharing my thoughts about the project that I see, I watch. Like 3 years when I start working in the agencies, I was sharing the campaign that I like and adding my comments on the campaign that any other agency created or from different part of the world. I was sharing on social media all the time. Then I start sharing on my personal Instagram account, and I thought that I need to make it like uh, valid in some accounts. So as I told you, also working in the area of social media was so exhausting. Like creating content every day in the changing markets and changing Instagram features, especially, was so demanding. So since I stopped working in the social media area, after I start working in e-commerce, I thought that yeah, like in my pleasure time, I want to create content I like. I want to create content how I create content on social media to show people. So from these reason wise, I created my website called www.gurtesmag.com and my social media accounts as well. So I am giving tips about how to create content, how to approach to create a content, how how shouldn't create content, or I give some good examples from world as you mentioned. So yeah, like I like creating content in Gurtasmek like last 2.5 years.
Yeah, well, like I kind of want to tap into your mind a little bit in creating content and stuff, and like your Instagram, your site, that they all play into your eye for understanding trends and what clever content is. Um, you know, we could. Is it okay if we? Well, let's throw around even some of the Christmas content that just happened last month, but it's relevant to your most recent posted content. So,
Yeah.
can you talk a little bit about the different campaigns and ideas that get you inspired and kind of help people visualize that kind of content?
Actually, like while I'm creating those kind of contents, I always consider my previous experience when I was in the Christmas periods of creating content for the campaign. Is like sometimes convincing the marketers or clients is not a good, like not easy. It's not uh, easy to convince people. So it's also like showing how easy to create a content for even Christmas with the simple ideas, from which perspective we should look at to creating a content. So like I always try to show this different perspective from different industries uh, for different brands, how they create content, how people can leverage from different point of view in content creation. So I will always try to approach to giving tips from client between agency perspective. So on this example as well, like I mentioned in this Christmas content, it is so easy to create a Christmas tree with green books in the shelves of the library, and like there is no budget with it, and it is so intelligent. It is intelligent because it's apparent that you don't spend so much money to create this the illustration in the store. So those kind of campaigns are valuable. Like if you like, everyone can create great contents with great productions, great lights and directors. But the important thing is when you do it super simple and without so much budget and intelligent.
Yeah, just for everyone listening, Gherkin's talking about one of his recent Instagram posts where the Lancaster Library has used green books, so hardback books, and they've shaped it as a Christmas tree on its shelves, and then put a red books at the bottom to design a box, so it looks like a Christmas tree that's built out of books. And it's a particular post that went viral for them. So just a library with not much influence or following beforehand, but they create a really good content. And then he has bigger brands campaigns like there's a pair of it's Santa wearing a pair of Air Jordans, but Santa is just leaving or coming in or out of the chimney. So all you see is legs and a pair of Air Jordans coming in, which is a clever night campaign. And of course, lastly, Mercedes Benz, where they've played with the clever lighting. So the famous logo on the front of the cars, and it's done a lighting to shape like a Christmas tree going down the grills of the front of the car. So it's just really clever that to come up with these different imagery campaigns to have a messaging around Christmas and to remind your brand that Christmas is here and you're getting into the spirit of things. So my next question to you, Gherkin, is how can a business follow a trend? How like I know as a marketer you can probably see this coming in a distance, but things like the Netflix Wednesday campaign that you've highlighted and some of those kind of things. How can a marketer be aware of the next thing and be creative around it? How can you explain that to people?
Actually, like for trending things is like I always say that a great content marketing idea should inspire people to take action first. So what action we want to take people from our campaign that we will create. Or another thing is that just because another cool brand is doing something doesn't mean that it will translate our brand. Also, we shouldn't hope any trend that we see trending. So the first thing first in joining a trend we should question ourselves with our brands that if our brand is fitting that trend, or if we join that trend, are we communicating with our target audience or different target audience? So I always consider this by creating a strategy for brands or any campaign brief for in any trend. Or secondly, like it's I need to mention here that according to Facebook's like Meta's Instagram Reels report, um, not only companies, also persons, whoever joined any Reels or TikTok Reels trend, after 3 days of it created, we are going to be late. So also like after 1 week later, after 10 days later, it became kind of irritating, like because we already consumed that trend in 3 days a lot with multiple videos on social media and creating you are creating that content after 5 days, 10 days. It's kind of like boomers effect on social media. Like let's try to remember, let's say we consume sometimes of trend videos on social media, but like 45 age mom is creating that trend video today because she just consumed or she just now able to create this content on social media as a normal user. So it's kind of irritating, or like um, catching the trends on social media attached with many things. From campaign perspective, as I told you, we should look how it fits to our brand, but also from personal perspective, we shouldn't be late that much. Yeah, that I would say.
I think I think looking at your skill set, Gurkan, you're very diverse, and obviously you're talking and you're studying around ecom at the moment. Is there anything in the digital marketing landscape right now that you could give value to, where you feel it's where there's a lot of opportunity at the moment? Where do you as a marketer see the awareness and opportunity as marketers, either platforms, insights, types of content? Where do you see the opportunity at the moment?
Your point, actually, I am questioning myself these days a lot with these questions. Like, I would say first, like where we are right now, podcasts are going to be super increased. Like, they will be our integral part of our life. Like according to the podcast uh, institute in United States, like the podcast revenue is increasing dramatically, super increasing. So like we will be talking about podcast advertising a lot and the next new feature. And then short-term videos, of course, they will be integral part of our lives, but like after a while, I believe that we will be done by consuming those short-term videos as we did in COVID-19 periods. Like we consumed a lot long-term and short-term videos until the COVID-19, and with the effect of the epidemic lockdown, we consumed a lot video in that period as well. Then we start listening. So podcast industry leveraged from lockdown experience. On the other hand, like as a former e-commerce manager, I believe that the future of the commerce is quick commerce. Like the first generation of the commerce were like normal commerce. Then the second generation was internet commerce, e-commerce. But uh, again, in the COVID period, we experienced the perfectness of the quick commerce, and now like quick commerce going to grow, but I should open that topic more. Due to the increase in inflation in UK, I read a article of the BBC like recently, like last week, I guess. Due to the increase in inflation, people start not ordering much from quick commerce companies. So quick commerce companies will be challenging with that also. Like also like Uber Eats already starts not delivering foods. They start delivering in different operations, etc. So they are trying to battle with that. So, like in a nutshell, actually, I will say that as I told you, I do my master degree in NCI, and I will be doing my dissertation on the topic of quick commerce. So I will be writing a thesis in quick commerce because this is the future right now. So yeah, like podcast, quick commerce, they will be super huge. Um, what else I can say? Actually, like regarding to that, I do my thesis in quick commerce, and I'm planning to open a podcast as well. Um, yeah, like yeah, I will say that in a nutshell, podcast and quick commerce will be super huge, and I am into them already. Yeah.
Love it. And is there any particular softwares you use on a daily basis to enhance your role in the work you're doing?
Actually, when I was doing social media, of course, like I was using many tools to create the content. Like Canva is so easy to create many contents, not only social media content, website content as well, GIFs, QR codes, many things actually. Also, I was leveraging from later media. In later media, there are many tools that we can be leverage, and DAS application for vintage photography. Vintage photography is the trending part of the visualize of the social media, so I'm leveraging from there. But also, like since I worked in software industry, Slack, Jira, uh, like uh, uh, those kind of project planning tools. But I will say that as a content creator as well, I am leveraging from trend watching, New York Times, Morning Brew, like mm, local journals, many things. Because as a content creator, like to be a good content creator, diversity is key. Like I cannot uh, not benefit from just from Instagram or New York Times or any Turkish media, etc. I need to read article about psychology as well. I need to read article about politics as well because marketing and content creation is attached with everything every time.
Back to the question around trends, that's a really good example of how understanding the wider news and networks and different interests around the world can assist in trends and be part of culture, I suppose. Is there anywhere, Gherkin, where you go for new insights or information in the digital space?
Yeah, like as I told you, I closely follow the Morning Brew. I don't know if you know Morning Brew or not. Like they have their own website and newsletter, and they have multiple various of newsletter. So I subscribed for Morning Brew, Marketing Brew, Retail Brew. So almost every day I try to read Morning Brew, the headlines of the United States, and every Wednesday they share Marketing Brew. So with every Wednesday, you are able to see the headlines about the marketing topics. Uh, so they are linking with other sources. So I I follow other sources that linked to their newsletter as well. But I will say that, as I told you, marketing is integral with politics, sociology, psychology, sociology. So I also follow kisike.com. Like they create content and they create articles about psychology, but brand new psychology, not Nietzsche, not like psychology in 1860s, like today's psychology. So we need to read about psychology as a content creator that we create content. I need to understand first Gen Z or boomer psychology in the current situation of the inflation or so like current socializing problems. Then I can create content for them. So also like every day I try to read minimum 3 articles in New York Times as well to follow up what's going on in the world, etc. Yeah, like I try to be diverse by reading and listening. I also listen many podcasts as well. Like I like NPR's Life Kit. They are talking about various topics in their Life Kit podcast, like how to talk money with new boyfriend or how to deal with anxiety, how to start exercising, like super interesting and niche topics. Maybe they are not related to me directly. Maybe I don't have this topic in my life at the moment of my life, but I listen them and they open some point of view in my life, and it helps me to say something when it comes to that topic in my life. So that's I found valuable. Also from literature perspective, I would say that the famous author Elif Shafak has a Say Your Words podcast in uh, Spotify and other platforms. She's talking about the root of the words, and starting from the root, she's talking how these words shape our life. That, like she's talking about the power of the words, how they are powerful, how words has taste. Like as she said, every word has taste. Some words are sweety, some words are spicy. So when you listen to that podcast, you really understand that yes, really some words are sweet or spicy anyway. So yeah, like these are the sources that I try to get information.
Brilliant. And looking at the digital industry as a whole, is there anything that excites you that might be coming in the future, Gurkan?
Yeah, like besides the digital environment, in COVID period, I started doing Pilates. Like, uh, I like doing Pilates. So besides the digital environment, maybe in the near future, but not super near, maybe, I'm planning to be Pilates instructor, maybe, because I found super beneficial Pilates as well for the even thinking, like half of thinking or anything. So yeah, I would say that I will be into doing Pilates most probably.
And lastly, Gurkin, we always try and understand the people behind the roles a little bit more. Which the question I ask is, if you could bottle up one personality trait that you have yourself that you could pass on to others, what would it be?
Oh yeah, I would say that like I like my personality to comes every morning from a different topic to a life. Like I come every day with different topic to my friends, to my colleagues, to my social media. So I would say that changing. I am kind of person that every day coming with changing topics. This makes me funny and alive. So I also leverage from this personality. So yeah, that would be the personality that trades me to admire in myself.
Love it. And if people want to get in touch with you, Gherkin, how can they get in touch with you?
They can find me on LinkedIn, Gurkan Aitas, and on my social media account of the magazine called Gurtas Mag on Instagram, Gurtes Mag, MAG. Yeah,
Love it. Thank you, buddy, for being on the show, and thank you, everyone, for listening.
thank you. Have a nice day.